This episode is presented by State Farm. Life's full of decisions, big and small, and sometimes you make movie ones you can really stand behind. For example, I was wise enough to stick around through the mid-credits during Ryan Coogler's Sinners, and unlike my co-host Amanda, I got to see a very special sequence with a great Buddy Guy, among other things. State Farm gets it. Making confident choices can make all the difference. That's why with the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you can choose the right amount of coverage to help create an affordable price for you. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state. I'm Sean Fennessey.
I'm Amanda Dobbins.
And this is The Big Picture, a conversation show about Paul Thomas Anderson. CR is here. It must mean we're drafting. Chris, welcome back to
Thank
The Big
you guys
Picture.
for having me. It's been too long.
Has it been 2 months?
It's been most of the summer. Yeah.
2 months since you've been on a Big
since
Picture
Chicago?
episode. Yeah, since we were in Chicago, which is remarkable. Welcome back. We are going to draft very special Paul Thomas Anderson movie characters today.
The well-adjusted all-stars.
Yes, a lot of normal men and women for whom everything is going fine. I'm very excited to do that, but a lot of news has struck today.
Right. Some more consequential than others.
Yes.
Yeah.
One very large piece of news that we should discuss. We don't have a lot of details around this piece of news, but it is really, really relevant to what we do on this show on a daily basis and what you do on The Watch as well, which is that it has been reported by the Wall Street Journal that Paramount Skydance is making a majority cash offer to buy Warner Brothers. Not Warner Brothers Movie Studio, not the networks, the whole kit and caboodle.
Yes.
Warner Brothers is about to break off into two companies. The sort of Discovery section of the company is spinning off, and then the other assets, the assets that interest us most prominently. And of course, Skydance just closed the deal to buy Paramount, which is one of the most legendary movie studios. Warner Brothers, also one of the most legendary movie studios. First reactions to this news, Amanda, what do you make of this potential acquisition?
I think the first thing I said to you was, oh, that happened, because it has been rumored for a while, or there were indications, and especially if you listen to The Town with Matt Bellamy, tea leaves suggest that people were maneuvering. And so this was we got some of the deal points, I guess, on this one. I mean, sure, I guess Hollywood seems fucked like the rest of the world. So, David Ellison owns Paramount at this point, I think, but all I really know about his tenure is that he's trying to hire Barry Weiss. So have some questions about CNN. Otherwise, all we have is Skydance to go on, which I like the Mission Impossible movies, but it's a lot of Hollywood history all under one roof that we don't know much about.
Chris?
It would seem to me that if this goes through, we just arrive back to where we were 20 years ago, where there's a big three, and that we have Netflix, Amazon, and Paramount, Warner Brothers, with Apple being like, yeah, we like to make shows to put on our phones and stuff.
Do you think that diminishes Disney's standing in the...
Oh, right. So big four. Sorry. Yeah.
Okay.
So Disney still has its network arm.
Yeah. This is a man who has not seen Lilo and Stitch, clearly.
No, I have not. I mostly go to the Disney app for Alien Earth at this point. But I saw the first news story that I thought you were referring to. I guess I thought this morning was, among others, was that I saw that Larry Ellison had added $100 billion of personal wealth because of Oracle's stock performance.
Yes, the stock is surging for Oracle.
While Skydance's acquisition of Paramount was marked by a lot of can David pull this money together? I do not think that seems like to be truly an issue. It was more like, what's Paramount actually worth? If they are going in with an all cash offer, it seems that he does have the cash, and it also seems like this administration will probably wave that through, given their attitude towards mergers, I would say.
At least mergers from the right ownership groups. It's impossible to know what the intentions of the new potential owners of a movie studio are going to do. There are some things that we do know about Paramount. For example, we know that they have made a lot of noise about preserving the theatrical experience and hiring the Duffer Brothers to move over to Paramount so that they can make theatrical movies away from Netflix. As far as I know, amongst people I know who work here, there's a lot of optimism about what Paramount is attempting to do, which is to, they bought a James Mangold, Timothée Chalamet heist movie. And that was one of the very first things that was announced that they did. They signed an overall with Will Smith to make theatrical movies. Like there's clearly something, at least in terms of what we do here on the show, that is trending in a positive direction. Warner Brothers has been this awkward media conglomerate for about 25 years, right? The Time merger, famously, like Time AOL, kind of a
Time Warner,
kind of a disaster, right? The Verizon era of ownership for the company was
it Verizon or AT&T?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
The AT&T era of ownership was problematic at
John
best.
Malone, and that's where Zaslav comes in, right?
Yes. Now, the Discovery Group owning the company has been, up until about 9 months ago, I would say, defined by inconsistency and a lot of a lot of tell and not show. And now, at least on the movie side,
you're being so diplomatic.
Well, I'm trying to. I don't really know.
I mean,
consolidation is very dicey in Hollywood, but it is also the story of Hollywood.
Yeah,
like historically, a movie studio starts, and then another person realizes that if they bring their skills to one group and another group, and they come together, they can be more powerful.
Yeah,
and that sometimes creates good outcomes, but it also sometimes squeezes people out of jobs. If you work at Warner Brothers and your parent company also owns Paramount, will they keep them separate, or will there be duplication? Right. Will the tastes of the two studios, whatever the emerging taste of Paramount is, versus if you look at what Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi are doing at Warner Brothers right now, it is fucking working. I mean, it is working more than any studio chiefs have done in 10 years.
Movies at Paramount.
Right.
They have Jeff Shell and they have all these people who are working on that stuff. And then so you have to ask yourself, is that a purchase for certain assets and then a fire sale for others? So like, do they buy it and then they say, but we're going to spin HBO off, or we're going to spin off X, Y, or Z? I don't know.
It's certainly possible. Obviously, it majorly affects the world of TV because of CNN, because of HBO, because of a handful of other networks that are there. HBO is one of the only things that in the tumult of the last 20 years of Warner's ownership, it's been doing just great. You know, I mean, they've had ups and downs, I guess, but it still basically has that platinum reputation for quality programming. You're in the midst of a Task recap.
Yeah.
I'm in the midst of I promise I'm going to watch Task one day conversation. Maybe this week. I hope I will. I am like a little bit nervous about this.
It doesn't feel great. I would agree. But I mean, you're right that the history of Hollywood is these studios being mushed together or traded or being owned by like Gulf and Western and others. So we have seen this before. But I mean, again, the world doesn't feel good right now. It is like a pretty shaky time in the industry if you are living here in Los Angeles and trying to work. I think you're right to read that, like, no matter what, it probably means layoffs. It probably means it's more uncertainty. So, it doesn't seem like we're getting another boom as a result of it, right? It doesn't seem like they're just going to start greenlighting even more stuff, and even more people will get jobs. So that's alarming.
It's funny because, Amazon obviously acquired MGM, which at the time of that acquisition was had an incredible library, but was a relatively small movie studio. Disney absorbed Fox before that, and Fox was a massive studio with an incredible history, but it really just kind of very quickly got subsumed by the Mouse House, right? That they kind of just absorbed the IP, what was valuable, and then kind of more or less dispensed
Alien,
with,
et cetera.
So using some of that library, that catalog to make more stuff. In this case, we don't know what Paramount Skydance is. Like, we don't even really know what they're going to do. And so the idea of them potentially absorbing, the home of Stanley Kubrick and Clint Eastwood, and for many years, Christopher Nolan and Denis Villeneuve and all of these filmmakers.
Yeah.
And now maybe more Ryan Coogler movies and so on and so forth. It's interesting, and we will continue to cover. I'm sure Matt will be all over this on the town this week.
The consolidation thing is this, because as I said, there's going to be a big 3, but there's also Comcast Universal. So there's a big 4, there's a big 5. But does consolidation end there? You know, does a tech company turn around and say, well, we'll buy one of the last legacy studios? Or, you know, does it become harder and harder to compete if you're running a studio like Sony that doesn't have a streaming arm per se, you know, and is probably going to go through a leadership change at some point soon? Like there's going to be a lot of tumult in the industry, I think.
Also, you didn't say Netflix.
And I didn't say Netflix, I guess. Yeah.
So, which is a different thing, but also.
Yeah. The one last kind of like open piece out there is Lionsgate, which has been rumored to be on the block for like a decade. And another studio that has actually quite a good library of films, but, you know, has had kind of a tough couple of years in terms of the box office. So, but everything else, you're right, is kind of like super powering up. You know, Amazon is doing movies in theaters next year. Apple, off the success of F1, I think will try to do events like this. Netflix doesn't seem to be changing their tune, but maybe they are. That's something we don't really know. And K-pop Demon Hunters sing-along style, you know?
They put it in theaters.
Something that happened while we were on break.
What studio made The Beekeeper?
I believe that was Amazon MGM.
Okay.
I believe.
That's who I'm betting on.
Okay.
Cool.
They just seem to have their
Was
finger
it?
on the pulse.
Was it Amazon
it was
MGM?
Amazon MGM.
Yeah. You'll follow David Ayer into the fire.
Just pulled up a list of Skydance films. Skydance that is.
Well, it's not the best history.
Well, I mean, it's specific.
It sure is.
Yeah.
Is there a man with a heavy artillery in his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't read them all, but as Skydance, as opposed to Skydance Productions, we start with Star Trek Beyond, Jack Reacher, Never Go Back, Baywatch, Annihilation for you,
yes,
and you.
Nice.
Mission Impossible Fallout, Gemini Man didn't work. Six Underground for both of you. A Terminator movie also that
sounds like they just make classics.
The Old Guard, Tomorrow War, The Atom Project, Top Gun Maverick. I have to be honest, I'm really grateful for that. Thank you, David Ellison.
I also kind of like
that
Tomorrow
and that
War.
only.
Yeah.
Luck, Air, some more Transformers, Spy Kids, Armageddon, The Gorge, Fountain of Youth.
You love The Gorge.
It's a
Old
huge
Guard
movie
2.
right now.
Yeah.
Which we watched for 5 minutes on our computer right here before.
Guy and gal with a gun, very movie star forward. Their formula is pretty straight. It's like straight down the middle. Now, that's fine when you're running a big production company that finances studio movies. And that's what they do. They finance streamers. They finance theatrical releases.
I don't think I said Ghosted. Remember that?
Terrible movie.
Yeah.
The trick will be, can they make any other kind of movie? Movies for kids, movies for women, movies for old people, movies for, you know, like they're only making movies for Chris. And so you're going to have to figure out something else.
It's not true. There's a lot of different kinds of people in the Tomorrow War.
It's a diverse cast. It's very, very true. Okay. Well, that's by far the biggest news of the day.
Okay. Good luck, everyone.
Good luck to, Warner Brothers finally doing something really good for movies and everyone being excited about it and then immediately getting bought is a little like, God damn it, what are we doing this for? But maybe it'll turn out great.
Yeah.
Amanda's right. We just have to remember that, like, it was at Paramount, a Gulf Western company. You know, like this stuff
totally,
is...
Totally. Yeah.
So the one
Didn't
thing
Coca-Cola own Columbia at a certain point? I mean, that's
right,
that's
that
movies. That's the movie business.
I'm concerned about the lots and the real estate here.
Okay.
Because these are two prime locations, prime old school lots.
Yep. Love both of them, actually.
I love both of them.
They're really fun. That's a fun part about being in this world, is getting to visit the lots and see movies.
But I'm very nervous about them we can't change them because they're real estate
I will
ventures.
buy the Warner Brothers lot.
But I would take Paramount, you know?
Wasn't there a report that they were going to make the Paramount lot like the CBS headquarters as well?
Right, and also an apartment building or something. I don't know.
We don't know. Yeah. We shall see.
It's my fave.
Lesser news in the world of entertainment, but not necessarily to this world here of the big picture, is The Social Network 2.
We're just calling it that. That is what it's called.
The Social Networker. The social... the Socialer Network. The social... What's a good title? Too social to network?
Right.
Too social to network.
There we go. That's me.
That is you. That movie's happening, apparently.
Yeah.
It is apparently going to begin shooting in 1 month. And the film is cast.
We're going to be on the East Coast in October. Field trip?
To the set?
Yeah. Do you think it's being filmed there?
There's a large picture of Amanda outside of that set that says, "Do not allow this woman within 100 yards of this shooting set."
I just want to help. You know? I think this can be a group project. Yeah. Me, Aaron, David Fincher,
Yeah.
other people who
All
know
your
how to
buds.
shoot movies.
All your
Just a
buds.
thought.
Aaron Sorkin is the writer and director of this movie, which he is making for Sony. It stars Jeremy Strong, Mikey Madison, and Jeremy Allen White. Apparently, that is confirmed.
What a disaster.
Mikey Madison will be playing Frances Haugen, the former Facebook product manager turned whistleblower who exposed the Facebook files. That, I think that
fine,
is a
yeah.
good area of focus for this story.
Yes.
That actually gives me some relief around the attempt to make this a Jan 6 movie.
Right.
I'm sure that will be a component in the story, but making it process-oriented, making
I
it
had
specific.
totally blocked that out
Yeah.
until just now.
Yeah, not ideal.
Okay.
Jeremy Allen White will portray Jeff Horowitz, the author of the Wall Street Journal piece around these revelations.
That's what all financial reporters look like. And then Jeremy
Journal. Well, I know a few.
We're all on camera now.
I mean, Amina Kimes, our friend, was once a
That is true.
finance
She
reporter.
brought businesses to their knees.
She doesn't look like Jeremy Allen White. But,
Who's Jeremy Allen White playing?
He's playing
He's
this author.
No,
Strong
Jeremy
is-
Strong is Mark Zuckerberg.
Jeremy Strong is Mark
So,
Zuckerberg.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm concerned about that. I have concerns.
Do you think he's going to bulk up Jeremy Strong
Well,
with like Zuckerberg in his
this
MMA
is,
era?
What is this? This is like 2015, 16?
Wouldn't
Or
it
would
be
it 20?
20? It would be.
But didn't Zuckerberg get swole after that? Wasn't it like
was
a
after.
pandemic
He got
Backer Boys
swole in
thing?
the last couple of years.
And then he
The Facebook
Yeah.
Files piece was published in 2021. I don't
Oh.
have in front of me
when
What did
did
he
the
look
Mark
day that Mark Zuckerberg became swole.
get
Did you see
swole?
Mark Zuckerberg at Oasis?
Mark Zuckerberg fitness timeline from Business Insider? I guess they're doing the work.
It's very, very useful.
I guess this happened. Okay, so the sunscreen photo was also 2021.
Oh yeah.
So the makeover was after that.
I see.
Then so 2023 is when he's competing in jiu-jitsu tournaments. We live truly in hell.
And he was at Oasis, but you didn't bump into him.
He was there?
Yeah.
I heard Leo was there too.
He left early. That was big. Like
Yeah.
Leo dipped with like 15 people and got into a party bus and left.
Do you think he also checked his email during Noel's set, like Amanda?
One talk tonight would have been fine.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It kept going.
I am a little nervous about this movie. I'm on the
Yeah,
record about that.
Of course.
I'm kind of glad that movies like this are getting made. That's something. I guess it's a sequel, but not really. I mean, it's
Okay,
a
sure.
docudrama
What
from a
studio
big
is making
studio.
this?
I think it's Sony, which
Okay.
made the original, the
Okay.
first film. You have some doubts?
I was just wondering if it would pass the Ellison family smell test at this point.
Oh, it's a very good point.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sony is a bit inoculated to some of those concerns given their ownership, but they're also making 4 Beatles films
Yes.
Right.
directed by Sam
2028?
Mendes.
So we have to hang on to 2028?
Who? Hang on, where?
I don't know.
Hang on to what?
We should do like what are the things we're hanging on for? You know?
Oh, that's a good draft.
Yeah.
Like the next 3 years draft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I want to see
Yeah.
Tim Chalamet become Worm King of
Right. Right.
Arrakis, you
Yeah.
know? Like,
Right.
Spoilers. For
And then
Sean.
when the final thing happens, we all jump off the Golden Gate
Okay.
Bridge together, arm in arm. But we're wearing parachutes.
Yeah. And it turns out we are in Avatar 5 and we have become
So if Avatar, did I tell you that we have confirmed that we will be doing an Avatar: The Way of Water watch along for this show
No,
that
you
you'll
don't-
be
you don't tell me
participating
enough
in?
things. Yeah.
Yeah. So December 1st.
Oh, that's when it is?
Me and you and Amanda, we will go to the theater here at the Spotify HQ
Uh-huh.
and we will watch the film Avatar: The Way of
That's
Water.
the second one.
That's the second one. Now you have a choice.
Okay.
You can watch the first movie if
Don't
you want.
Do it. Don't.
Or
do
you
it.
can just sit down and experience the story of Avatar.
Or third option. I don't want to spoil things for people, but Sean and I had a delightful film going experience last night, which did start with a previously on, starring 2 characters or 2 actors from the film. So Jack Sanders could perform previously on Avatar, the original, for you.
What about option 3? I come to this theater and we're an Apple Vision Pro and watch Sicario Day of the Soldado while you guys watch Avatar. And then
Skydance
I
produce that?
comment on Sicario Day of the Soldado. 2 great sequels.
You know, they have something in common, is what I'll say.
Oh, okay.
Narratively.
Yeah.
They do.
Do they?
Yeah. In terms of protecting the young children of refugees.
Sure.
That is a huge theme of both
Well,
films.
I don't remember either film, it turns out.
Did you
but
see Day of the Soldado?
maybe
That was
not,
definitely
now that we're
a
talking
Chris
about
and Sean
Yeah,
episode,
yeah,
I can
yeah.
assure you.
I mean, that I know, but like, did I follow
interview
up?
Stefano?
It was a
Solima?
rare case where Chris asked me if he could sit in on the conversation with Stefano Solima, the director of Sicario 2.
What's wrong with
Chris,
me?
I think that's the old. Is that no? I guess we did once. We did Jake Johnson and Joe Swanberg together in the early days.
That's
I
cute.
can't think of another time when you sat in on an interview on this show.
It must be like crazy making for you because I'm just like, hey, Stefano, so how did you get the echoes of automatic weapon fire?
I'm happy that you were there. It was a
Okay.
fun pod. Okay, last thing. This is very small by comparison, but there's a new movie called Christy,
Yeah.
starring Sydney Sweeney about the female boxer Christy Martin that just premiered at TIFF that got very seemingly loud raves for her performance in the immediate aftermath of the
Mhm.
premiere. And then the reviews of the movie hit and they were a little bit more middling, but the feedback for the movie has been mostly positive for Sydney Sweeney. Trailer hit today. It's kind of a crowded Best Actress race this year. Sydney Sweeney nominated for an Academy Award, setting aside the sort of subjective taste about the movie. That's very good for the Oscars. That would be
True.
very good for the Oscars for someone like this to be vaulted into that level of respect. I've asked you both to watch the trailer. What did you make of it?
It's quite long. I think most of the movie is in the trailer.
Okay.
I wonder whether or not the trailer sells a movie that it is not. So it seems to be a very uplifting story of overcoming adversity. I don't know Christy Martin's actual biography, but I feel like now with fight movies,
She's the VP of Finance at Skydance.
no matter what the movie, if it's a fight movie, they show it like it's Creed. Like they present it as if it's like
this is something that's going on with the Smashing Machine right now.
That's what I
People
was
are
thinking,
seeing the
yeah.
Smashing Machine marketing materials, and I will say that they're not entirely
No.
accurate to what the movie is.
right. I don't know. I mean, Sydney Sweeney was really good in reality. Like I think she is got
I think she has dramatic chops. I've said this before on the Anyone But You pod. I was like,
super dumb to just
yeah, just
fucking
in the middle
disassociate.
distance. Yeah, totally. Just checked
She was
out.
like, I'm with
yeah.
two guys
Can we get like
who were like-
the slow Altman zoom on Amanda's face while Chris and I talk about Sydney Sweeney's acting chops?
Can I tell you actually what I was
I think she's actually a serious woman with grace and fine taste.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what I was
You obviously haven't seen her Hedda, you know? Like,
what I was actually doing while you guys were talking about this was I was thinking through like every single like PR fiasco that Sydney Sweeney has stepped into
Oh,
in the
yeah,
last
yeah,
3 to 6
yeah.
months. Like obviously the, MAGA birthday party or whatever, but then being at the Bezos Sanchez wedding, the American Eagle stuff.
Yeah.
She's
You
dating
thought that was a good campaign.
Yeah, you liked that.
Yeah.
And you also liked the original Brooke Shields. She's dating Scooter Braun. Don't
Yeah.
know if you guys know
Heard
that.
about this, yeah.
So it's a lot. And anyway, we watched the trailer. She looks fine. This is a classic Oscars move of the hottest person in the world makes themselves
Dressed down.
less
Yeah.
conventionally hot. I wish that if we were going to give Sydney Sweeney an Oscar, it was for being really, really hot and using that well
For
in
Madam
a movie.
Web.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah.
have.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't that. She has specific
I think she wore
gifts.
glasses in Madam Web.
She did. It was a she's all that
She's like, oh, look
situation.
at
It was
this
like,
uggo.
look at this
Yeah.
dork.
I'm not saying like give it to her for anyone but you. That was terrible. But
I just think she's not a comic actress, but I think
Yeah.
she actually is a skilled dramatic actress. I think in
Right.
Euphoria, she's doing something that the filmmakers are asking her to do, but she's really good at that thing, that like
Yeah.
frantic mania of
Yeah.
that character on that show. And I think she's good in reality. There's one other show.
I just
There's
think
one
it's
other
okay
film.
it's okay to be hot, especially if you're Sydney Sweeney.
I couldn't agree more.
You guys are agreed on this.
I
So
could not
let's,
agree
you
more.
I
know,
think it's
let's
okay
use
to be
it for
hot, too.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, look at you every day. You get out of bed, you put your glasses
I don't
on, you
hide
put a
my
hat on, and
gifts.
you say,
Yeah.
look at all this. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this movie. Sounds fun. TIFF,
Okay.
we will talk about as much as we can with Adam
Well,
Naiman
yeah.
on Monday, which will be fun.
Let me ask you one more thing.
Sure.
How many more punching people movies can we do as a
Movies
society?
where people get
There will
punched in
never,
the face.
it will never end.
Well, no,
Because
specifically
people-
competitive punching.
People like fight movies. There are a lot of fight fans.
Competitive.
It's one of the oldest styles of Hollywood movie around.
Don't like
The Wallace Beery
don't
wrestling
film
picture.
history
you know?
me, you know?
Well,
Well,
you're right.
I just think that also
don't
like,
ask
we
for
have
something
not
that
even,
you can't stop.
We haven't even begun to get UFC movies.
I
Well,
totally agree with that.
Oh my lord. Okay. All right.
Yeah. This is the most popularizing
Okay.
sport.
Sounds like two Skydance VPs sitting on either side of me.
Well, cut the check. You know, I got ideas. This is a movie about
I'll get an
guys punching
apartment right
each other.
next to the lot. It seems convenient. You know?
You should be both the executive producer of 60 Minutes and run the film division.
No, you
That's
know what
something
I
believe.
want to do is buy like I'll get a condo right where they're trying to like expand the Paramount lot, and then I'll be like eminent domain, like I will not move until you make me the editor-in-chief of 60 Minutes.
Yeah, that's not going to work, I don't think. Okay, Paul Thomas Anderson.
Mm-hmm.
So
it begins. The month of Paul.
So it begins. The month of Paul. Amanda and I have both had a chance to see One Battle After Another. Chris, you've not yet seen it. One Battle After Another will not be eligible for this draft, so we will not be drafting any of the characters. I will say, how many characters,
Mhm.
without revealing anything, do you think you would be interested in drafting from that movie?
Okay. 2, 3, 4. 4 at least. I like
4.
off the top of
4
my
was my
head.
answer as well. It's a good sign.
Yeah.
There's some very memorable characters in that movie, as there are in all of his movies. Let's just talk about our histories with the guy. Chris, what do you remember the first Paul Thomas Anderson movie that you saw and how you saw it?
Yeah, I mean, I think by the time that he was really cranking it was not Hard 8, it was Boogie Nights. And by the time he had kind of hit mainstream, well, somewhat mainstream cultural consciousness, I was like pretty into movies, and it was the late 90s. And I probably greeted him with like just the like lightest bit of skepticism because I first get introduced to Boogie Nights, and I'm like, I really think this is quite great. But it is one of the first times where I was like, I have seen that before. Like I've seen guys pull some of these moves before, and you're coming right after like the really height of Tarantino mania, you know, in the mid 90s. So I think that my relationship with him has like been pretty uncomplicated over the years. Like I don't think he's capable of making a bad movie. Every movie he makes is like stands up to almost endless rewatches. He's one of the funniest filmmakers, one of the most technically dazzling filmmakers, and I don't have a lot of like. I don't have any take. There's no zag. He's awesome. He's one of the best fucking guys in the world.
Yeah, he's Did you always have that relationship to his movies?
No, and I would say, so I was trying to think, it was probably Punch Drunk Love was the first that I saw because that came out the year that I graduated high school. And then I'm sure that
Did you like it?
I think so. Yeah, because again, that's a good one for me because it has Sandler, but also is a romantic comedy of sorts. And it's like, and I was at an age where I was like, oh, you can do different things with this. Interesting, you know? So yeah, I did like it. And then I assume that Boogie Nights happened, you know, in college at some point because of, you know, some boy. And this
a cool guy.
Yeah, I'm sure they were all really great.
Or,
yeah.
I can't remember.
Does he work at Skydance?
You showed Amanda Boogie Nights. Please write.
Don't. I hear from far too many people I went to college with. I'm like, hey man, can Bill Simmons send me a cameo? Anyway, it's a true story. I don't know when I saw Magnolia, but so whatever. There Will Be Blood and Inherent Vice was like a very interesting run, right? There Will Be Blood is obviously a masterpiece.
Well, The Master came in between those two.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is, but it's same point. Though, not with the exception of Amy Adams, like not a ton of women, and probably like the broiest phase of the thing, and also corresponded with like a very bro culture moment around him. So I think that
I don't know what you're referring to.
I think that I really, like Phantom Thread is when like my heart opened up to him, you know, and then I think probably I like went back to Magnolia and went to other places and was like, oh, like I really understand this wavelength. But There Will Be Blood, The Master moment, those are two phenomenal movies.
I think you're dead on. I think that there is
like a little
something happens when he makes Inherent Vice, Phantom Thread, Licorice Pizza. There feels like a kind of like, you know what? Let's open up the
much sweeter.
Yeah.
Those movies are much sweeter. They're much less. They have kind of the same, I think, thematic concern. You know, like all of his movies have a very similar kind of thematic concern about like the tenseness of relationships and the way that people fit into society and what their roles are supposed to be. But those three movies are, I think, ultimately about love. And The Master and There Will Be Blood are The Master is about love, but it is about a very
Messed up.
dark,
Yeah.
painful love. And There Will Be Blood is about hate. You know, it's really about division. I think, obviously, it's very similar to you. I don't think I can't remember if I saw Boogie Nights in theaters, and I can't even remember what I said on the rewatchables a few years ago when we did it. I know that when I saw it, I was like, I have to watch this 100 times in a row.
Yeah.
And I was not, since I'm a little bit younger than you, I wasn't immediately like, oh, this is Goodfellas, or oh, I've seen these moves before. I was like, it kind of shattered my mind.
Yeah.
It just shattered my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the most exciting thing I've ever seen. That and Pulp are the two movies where I was like, and you know, unfortunately, I am in some ways an avatar for an entire strain of guy who likes movies, who is an annoying guy. I don't think that changes anything about how special I think his movies are and how much they have impacted people. And so it's very cool that we can feel in the atmosphere of moviedom, like this is kind of happening this year, it seems like.
Sure.
And it's a lot of fun, in part because we'll talk about it a lot more when we talk about the movie, but the new movie to me feels like this kind of accumulation of both of these two strands that Amanda's talking about. You know, that it's like, it is the movie that he has been kind of working towards that pulls in all that stuff from 96 through 2012. Right. And then also all that stuff from 2014 through 2023. So I rewatched Magnolia a week ago. And I hadn't seen it since we did a rewatchables about it. And on that rewatchables, I was kind of like, this movie is really messy and like kind of it's not a miss, but going back to it, I don't feel the same way I did when I was in high school. And then when I watched it last week, I was like, this is one of the best movies ever made.
Yeah.
And its ambition is not a bug.
Yeah.
It is the feature, and it is like so feeling. And it is a lot of what you've seen in the last couple of movies is all in that movie too.
Absolutely. Which is why I think I must have like gone back. I must not have seen it until later in, because it doesn't have I rewatched Inherent Vice or parts of it for this, because again, lots of characters in there. And also, you know, we're going to be talking about another, at least inspired by Pynchon PTA film very soon. And I was pissed off again. And
at Inherent Vice.
And Inherent Vice like famously caused one of the worst fights between me and my now husband that we ever had. But I just really...
Was it over Reese Witherspoon, or what was it about?
No, it was about having to watch the Eagles game straight into this. And I was just like, I would like my Sunday back, you asshole. But it feels...
Do you think if you smoked more weed, you would enjoy Inherent Vice more?
Or the Eagles?
I don't know. Do you think weed would be the drug that... I mean, I understand that weed is weed's the drug that...
You know, maybe 9 light beers.
Is it right
that would
for
also
me?
Help.
You know?
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not very good on
I
weed.
do think that that's a movie that has always been near the bottom for my list of PTA's movies, but near the bottom is like, so it's 4.5 stars and not 5.
Yeah.
I mean, it's well made. Everybody's good in it.
It's just like, once you give up on trying to understand it, it's just
it's like
a
reading
great
the
hang.
book.
Yeah.
You're just like, oh. Yeah.
You're just kind of flowing through it.
Yeah.
But I hear you. We all have differing taste. Do you have you had any kind of rediscoveries or any ones that you have clicked into more in the last 20 years?
I haven't had the kind of moment that you had with Magnolia about any particular movie, because I think that as he became sort of like up and around the greatest living filmmaker talk conversation, each movie feels like an event when you go see it. It's kind of like going to see a Tarantino movie. So I remember going to see The Master at midnight and like stumbling out of the ArcLight at like 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah, me and you and Papademos.
Yeah. And just like staring at you and staring at Alex, and then just being like, I just want to go home and think about my dad for a while. You know, and it's like, it's just an intense experience to go see his films. But then when you go back and sort of check them out in different contexts and outside of that sort of first night mania and tizzy that you're in, there's just so many different emotional shades to them. I think that with the reason Phantom Thread was so successful for a lot of people was that those emotional shades immediately revealed themselves. There were people who were like, oh, this is funny. Like, I think it's funny in the moment to watch this film, rather than like, oh, what a trenchant like analysis of a deeply broken relationship. And then you find out it's funny later. Like, so I think that as he's gotten older, he's gotten almost better at dialing in like the desired effect of his films. I don't know. But yeah, I don't have like a film that I like disliked and went back and liked. I think The Master is the one that's the hardest to watch for a variety of reasons, but I think it's also among his best movies.
Saw The Master at the Ziegfeld Theater in New York with Zach Barron, and then had dinner afterwards with Zach, Andy Greenwald, and Chuck Klosterman. So imagine that table.
And then when did the Eagles have it?
That was Inherent Vice.
Oh,
This is
Inherent
The
Vice.
Master.
I'm sorry.
Wait.
That was the first time I met Chuck
Andy, Chuck, and who else?
and myself
The four of you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
after The Master. So I
Did you
just watched-
talk about The Master?
Yeah, we did. I mean, I
Did
did.
you feel
I
like-
think I was mostly just like, I was just like, imagine it's the first time you've met Chuck
Yeah.
and you've just seen The Master.
Yeah.
And then you're just like in some, basement restaurant that Andy insisted on walking 10 blocks to. And
Chuck is also in the cult of Paul.
Yeah.
He really is a huge
Yeah.
Paul Thomas Anderson
Yeah.
fan.
It was
yeah.
great. It was really fun, but I just remember it was an overwhelming night.
Yeah, I mean, all these movies are good. I saw one battle after another, and then I immediately went and saw it
Yeah.
again. To your point about rewatchability, I'll probably see it in theaters 4 or 5 times. It's not that they're like these densely packed info, philosophical mindfucks either. They're not those kinds of. They're not Nolan-esque.
Mhm.
They're not like Kubrick movies where you're like, what does it all mean? Like, it's not. They're not mysterious in that specific way, with the exception of The Master, which I think is still kind of like.
Right.
You can define it in many different kinds of ways, what it means and what it's about. But they're fun. They're just very fun.
What is I was curious, without talking about the film itself and getting into any spoilers, like what was your reaction to seeing a PTA movie that was actually set in the era that it was made?
I thought he achieved it in his own way.
Yeah.
It's often it wasn't really a knock, but it was a running piece of commentary about Paul Thomas Anderson movies, was that he's somebody who's disinterested in making art about our current moment. And you could say that's because he doesn't like cell phones, or you could say because lots of different reasons. But it was I'm fascinated.
Yeah.
This is the first time since Magnolia.
No, since Punch Drunk Love.
Punch Drunk.
It's
Yeah, you'll see.
you'll see. It is like it.
It's not
That's true, but it's
It's not a looking at your phone movie
Cool.
in a good way.
Yeah.
But it's also, it's all like PTA world, basically, which is,
100%.
And that was kind of what was fun about this was you just, like, it's 8 different movies to pick from.
9.
9. But.
Well, Junun too. Will you be drafting any of the musicians from Junun? No?
No.
Okay. Anima, the Tom York short film?
Did you pick any of the Haim sisters from any of the Haim videos?
I would like to.
Well, okay. But they're all, and they're set in different places at different times. But they all have a flavor. It's a clubhouse.
Yeah, it's all like paper
weirdos.
dolls,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
They're all connected to each other in some way. You can see that. And I was saying to Jack before we were recording this morning, this is not, you get Goodfellas or you die in this draft. Like,
Right.
no one's going
No.
to lose. No one's going to be like, how could you take that from me? Like, I think there's enough to go around.
So,
for the three
you know
of
what
us.
I wanted to ask you guys before we get into the drafting itself, and I don't really know if there's an answer to this question, but obviously we podcast about movies and television a lot, and you are referring to the plots, and sometimes you refer to the characters by the character names, and sometimes you'll be like, De Niro does this, or De Niro does that. And so I try in my mind when I'm talking about something element of performance to do the actor name.
Yep.
But if I'm doing plot, I'm trying to talk about the character
Right.
name. But I was going through all these PTA characters to choose who to draft from. It's funny how often I'm like, that's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Mhm.
It's not a character. And it's like, maybe he's a very specific case because of their relationship. But that, like, how often I feel like Paul Thomas Anderson seems to almost find something about the actor or actress beyond the character. Like, I associate Julianne Moore with these people and being in these movies to the extent where I'm like, that's what Julianne Moore was like back then, which is a strange phenomenon. I don't do that.
Iconography.
I don't think, but I don't think Robert De Niro is Jimmy Conway. Like, and when I'm talking about Goodfellas, I'm like, yes, like that's Jimmy Conway and that's Tommy and that's Henry Hill. But with these, I'm like, right, and then Adam Sandler does this.
Right. Well, he uses, like, he has a troupe, so the same people, the same actors show up in different movies and are like sort of associated with PTA world.
Yeah.
So in that sense, you do start thinking about like, I mean, the number of Philip Seymour Hoffman characters that we could draft, and I probably will. But I think it's natural that in that sense you start grouping them under him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think part of it is that he has gotten the best work out of people's careers out of a handful of his favorites, right? John C. Reilly, Julianne Moore, Phil Hoffman, like all of those people who pop up in 3, 4, 5 movies, William H. Macy, like he's great at that. He's also really good at, and this can be an entree into the categories, but the kind of like one scene, contained space with a character we haven't seen yet in the movie who takes over the movie for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. And he obviously writes a lot of ensemble movies. He writes a lot of movies where people are kind of moving around a lot of places and going to new spaces and you're discovering things in real time. They're not like plot engines, his movies. They're really more journey-like. And so you just get a ton of people introduced to you all the time. And some of them are very famous actors. And some of them are actors you haven't seen in 30 years. And some of them are people you don't think of as actors at all. I will never forget seeing James Downey, the SNL writer, pop up in There Will Be Blood. And thinking like, I don't think I've seen this guy in a movie except for Billy Madison when he was, hosting the trivia contest at the end of the movie. That's the only James Downey performance I could think of when I saw the movie. And he just has a tendency to kind of like pluck people that he thinks are interesting. There's plenty of that in the new movie too. So yeah, he's got a robust bench for sure. Categories. Do you feel that I navigated this correctly?
Have we ever done a character draft before?
No. We have done drafts of actors' careers and directors' careers, I think.
Will our next character draft be Skydance characters?
Yep.
We did Tom Cruise.
That'll be a live event, though, on Larry Ellison's Island.
Do we do... Yeah.
We did
Tom
Clooney
Cruise,
and Pitt.
Denzel.
Yeah.
Denzel, Clooney and Pitt.
Have we done directors?
Maybe not.
I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Maybe not.
Okay.
We never did a Marty draft?
We were maybe going to, but did we do a Marty draft,
we could.
Jack?
Documentary's coming.
Yeah.
I know. I've watched 2/5 of it. It's crack.
I don't think so, Amanda.
Okay. Martin Scorsese draft, the big picture. Yeah. I felt like it was on the schedule at some point, but...
Got something I can share with you guys about that off mic.
Okay.
Sorry, everybody.
About the draft or about Martin
Scorsese?
Scorsese?
Martin Scorsese, yeah.
Oh, great. Okay. I know I got to watch it, but I have to see like 45 movies.
It's a busy time. So category-wise.
Yeah.
Leading actor, leading actress, supporting actor, supporting actress. Twist, one scene star.
Yep.
Mega twist.
Oh, I forgot to prep needle
drop.
Oh shit.
Got
Okay.
that.
Well,
Needle
it's okay.
drop.
I can do it. I have to do it right now though.
And then wild card. That's 7 categories. For us.
I had a twist for wild card that I would just like to present right here because sometimes we get to wild card and it's like, I will also pick something cool.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What about PTA character you would most like to be in a committed relationship with?
Okay.
Easy.
That's funny.
Super easy.
Okay.
Now, will you draft to kind of take characters away?
I'm just saying. It's interesting to consider.
Yeah. I can think of a few.
Yeah.
Do you need 5 minutes for needle drop?
No, I mean, if you guys are nice, then it's fine, but you're probably not nice. So I'll just but
there's so
going.
many. I know exactly.
I know, but like
There are multiple listicles that are like, here are the 20 best PTA needle drops.
I know, but I don't like to do it like that,
She likes to just know.
Yeah.
Tell you what, we'll stop down. You go back, watch all 9 movies again. We'll wait here. Chris and I'll sit here. We'll catch up. We haven't seen each other too much recently.
Okay.
We'll talk about the Tomorrow War.
Yep.
Okay.
We'll revisit the Tomorrow War. Record a live YouTube pod where we watch Tomorrow War.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah.
You come back.
Yeah.
You say,
nope.
I love all the needle drops in The Master. Here are my favorites. Okay. You want to draft?
Yeah, let's draft.
Any other stray thoughts?
No, I don't think so.
Paul's kind of looming over your shoulder here, right behind you, just so you know.
Okay, which Oh, that's okay. That's a nice photo. Good job, Paul.
Wow.
Jack, we have to set the draft order.
What?
Bill just asked if I would trade Drake May for Tua Tagovailoa in our fantasy league.
What? Wait, he wants Tua?
Yeah. No, he wants to trade me Tua for Drake.
I mean, Chris, under no circumstance can you do that.
I know that. But I'm also just like, I didn't draft Drake. He's not my guy.
You should say, yes, if we can do Sicario next week.
Oh, that's great.
Ooh, that's good. This is exciting. Things happening in real time.
I would be willing to let Bill have Drake because, we don't know with Drake May. We don't, based on what we saw last week.
I didn't draft him.
He may not be it.
Tate picked him first for content.
How are you feeling about your team?
Well, it depends on whether A.J. Brown ever gets any targets again. But
you got to talk to Jalen Hurts about that.
Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
He'll be fine. He's going to catch 80 balls for 1,200 yards.
I need the kid from the Commanders to be consistently awesome.
The kid from the Commanders?
Barrett?
Bill. Yeah, sure. Bill. He scored a touchdown in week 1.
He did. He had 82 yards. But I'm like, I made a GM decision with him, starting him.
Okay.
So I need him to play well. Jerry Jeudy's on the bench.
My team sucks. But my 2 best players might be on the Jets. So that's been exciting thus far. Breece Hall is back. How you feeling? You feel caught up now? We did a little fantasy football talk.
Sort of. I wasn't really listening to that. I was Googling things. And
It
then
wasn't
I
for
found
you,
a very
Amanda.
funny tweet about a one battle after another needle drop but whatever.
Can't take those.
I know. I
Yeah.
understand.
Can't take those.
I think I'll be okay.
It's all Chapel Roan. One battle after another. It's 15 Chapel Roan songs.
Mm-hmm.
I really am working through Emerald Fennell doing like all Charlie XCX for Wuthering Heights.
Yeah.
I mean, I hope Charlie got a lot of money.
It's been so fun to watch everything kind of come back on Amanda.
Right.
Like first they came for my beloved IP and remade it with Devil Wears Prada.
And she was like, haha,
Yeah.
you guys have to watch all these bad Star Wars movies. But now.
Yes. Now it's like pained romantic period pieces.
I mean, like I said, I'm not a Bronte gal. I'm much more concerned about the Sense and Sensibility remake.
Yep.
And the Pride and Prejudice series. I think it'll be okay.
Okay.
Anyway, your boy Jack Lowden, Mr. Darcy.
He's the best.
But they had to use body doubles because their kid arrived, and so he's on parental leave.
Oh, wow.
Body doubles where?
Like on set to finish up shots. I don't know. This
You can
is
go on
according to the
parental
Daily
leave
Mail.
in the middle of a film?
Well, they had a baby. I think it was at the end. I don't know.
He doesn't work in tech. What does that mean? He's a fucking actor.
Okay.
I'm not saying he doesn't deserve parental leave. I'm just saying like he's on camera.
Yeah.
This is according to the Daily Mail. And in the UK, they do have much better parental leave than we have here in the United States.
I'm going to take 3.
It expired.
I know.
You messed up,
I'm
buddy.
still going to take it. I'm going to take 6 months of parental leave just because I have a 4-year-old. I need parental leave. Sorry, guys. You think that would be okay?
I'm going to trade Drake May for Tua and your parental leave. And then I'm going to take your parental leave.
If that's all you get out of this trade, then that's not enough.
Okay.
You need to get Sicario and what else? If you could do a rewatchables on any Paul Thomas Anderson movie, what would you do? Obviously, we've done a handful.
I think the expectation is eventually we'll do all of them, right?
I honestly don't even know if Bill has seen Inherent Vice. I know he really likes Phantom Thread and Licorice Pizza.
Okay. Phantom Thread would be my pick, obviously.
Good pick.
That's
a very rewatchable movie. With many great scenes.
Absolutely.
I just think that the Master rewatchables would be the funniest thing we could possibly
It's my
do.
number 1 pick. It is probably my current number 1.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but
Big fuck.
But here's the thing is that it can't be all 3 of you. It either has to be you and Bill, or it has to be you and Bill, or it has to be
him and
you
Bill.
two.
No, it has to be him and Bill.
And then no Bill. And that would be funny too. But it has to be 2 men enter a room.
I think it should be Van and Kyle Brandt. And I would love that, honestly. I don't know if I could love something more than Van and Kyle Brandt talking for 2 hours.
Guys.
Yeah.
Have they done Casablanca yet?
No.
Yeah, it's not going.
No,
Sad.
it's too bad. Okay. So we've got our categories. We got to get draft order. Jack Sanders, you ready?
Yeah, just really quickly before we set the draft order, I can't stop thinking about Amanda suggesting me reenacting all of Avatar to CR, and there is nothing that would bring me more joy than not telling him anything, showing up to the studio, painting my full body blue, getting some costume design, and acting it out. All right,
look, this is your big opportunity.
Draft order time.
Oh, right. We have the weird
Dungeons and Dragons.
cube.
Oh.
Selecting first, Amanda Dobbins.
Wow. Okay.
Stress.
Selecting second, CR, Sean third.
Okay.
Wow. Okay, draft time. Amanda has the very first overall pick. And I don't know what you're going to do.
There's no bad choices.
There's no bad choices, but I think I have some clarity about what's probably the most shared between the three of us, and watch me be incredibly wrong, but I am going to, in supporting actor, take Frank T.J. Mackey, a.k.a. Tom Cruise from Magnolia.
Interesting. Now, I was actually going to ask,
Yes.
is this a lead or not? Magnolia is so hard because it's like 15 supporting characters, but also 15 leads, because those characters are so deep.
Was there discussion about, did he get nominated for this?
He did.
And for supporting actor or actor?
Supporting. Yeah.
Okay. I would still consider him lead actor in this.
Oh, interesting.
So I wrote down lead as well, but I definitely would let you take him in supporting.
Yes.
I think that I have everyone in Magnolia in supporting.
As supporting?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I
don't
have everyone else in
and
supporting.
you have him?
Oh, I
just
don't.
because it's such a giant performance?
Yeah, it's like he headlines the movie.
I mean, he does, but
I think he's the kind of the fulcrum of the movie.
In some ways, but he is like one of a web of people. Anyway.
Did you notice that an actress who interacts with him in that movie is in One Battle After Another?
No.
Okay, we'll talk about it after.
But I have only seen it the once, so that's fine. Anyway, this is one of his best performances. His like most against type performance, and I would imagine in the moment felt like, oh, this is like really what Tom Cruise can do. And it starts off, he does Magnolia, then he does Eyes Wide Shut. He works with Spielberg. He's really in a cool zone, and eventually the wheels come off. But there's like a lot of potential in this performance, in addition to him just being absolutely like psychotic and insane in the best way. And it does, like, it is a performance, but you're like, it sort of helps understand Tom Cruise. It's like, oh, this is why you're so weird. Like this is
a little bit of a skeleton key.
Yeah, there's something going on here with you. So
I always loved that he agreed to do this.
Yeah.
Because you can feel PTA writing into Tom Cruise's oddity.
Yeah.
His unusual,
just like when he's just
weird
like
charisma.
It's like such a weird thing to come out of his mouth, but then like the whole thing is like, that's what you used to call me. And like,
the scene where he breaks down in front of his father is obviously the one that is the most cited in terms of like the greatness of his performance and how he kind of choreographed a lot of that. And PTA always gives him credit for that. But to me, rewatching the movie last week, it's the scene when he's being interviewed and when the interviewer reveals to him that she knows the truth about his parents and his mom and that she's died. And Cruise doesn't say a lot, but the camera is holding on him and his wheels are turning so hard and he's so mad and so sad. Very special. Might be his best performance. I mean, it's definitely up there.
Yeah. It's like his best like capital A acting performance, Then there are some Tom Cruise like serendipitous moments.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a very good pick.
Okay.
Chris, you have a pick.
I will take Daniel Day-Lewis in There Will Be Blood as Daniel Plainview. And I was, there are many Daniel Day-Lewis performances, or at least two, that you could think of for this character draft. But I was trying to put myself back in the mind state of seeing this for the first time, and I think that this marked a sort of change in the road for DDL where it was like, he's only going to act every couple of years. And when he does, he is going to be like a storm cloud arriving over your head and, just complete force of nature. He was that before, but on a much more like kind of tactile, like you could reach out and touch him. And this, he just feels like you're watching, like a god or something behave in front of you. And I just remember just like feeling like I'd never seen a performance like this before. I don't really know if I've ever seen one since. The immediacy with which like the tics of this performance and the lines that the character delivers and the way he behaves and the way he moves and the way he stands next to his kid and the way he digs for oil have all been like ingrained in my memory is pretty distinctive among like, I think most acting performances that I've ever seen. So it's great to get him number one. I mean, this is who I was coming
number
today.
two, but yeah.
my first pick. Yeah.
It's funny that he's back in the media right now.
Yes.
We have not heard a word from Daniel Day-Lewis in 7 years since Phantom Thread. He has not appeared in a movie. He will be in a movie that opens in 3 weeks.
He's been walking around the West Village though.
But you haven't been speaking to him.
No.
Has anyone been speaking to him? Is he popping up? Is he on
journalistically? I mean, I
like side talk about the Knicks?
If you found yourself in line with Daniel Day-Lewis at Joe's Pizza, would you be like,
no, never.
hand me the red pepper?
I don't like to. Oh,
flakes?
I'd be like, excuse me, I need this if I needed something.
Yeah.
But like, no, I wouldn't be like, hey man,
I
I'm
would,
such a fan. Can we have a selfie?
I would very quietly saunter up beside him, put my arm around his shoulder, but very gently, softly, and I would start whisper singing "Danny Boy" into his ear. Do you think he would receive that well?
Yeah, I think that would go.
I think that
well.
would go great.
Yeah,
I think he'd be like, "This is what I do it for."
Please feel free to come on the big picture, Daniel. He's in a new movie, Anemone, directed by his son, which comes out in 3 weeks. So he's back, and he said that he didn't mean to retire twice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is something I hope to be able to say at some point in my life.
He talked in Rolling Stone, I think, he did an interview with Rolling Stone where he talks about like, I wish I hadn't made a big deal about retiring. I just could have gone and done other stuff. But he mentions that like it was like the stuff around Phantom Thread that ushered on that quote unquote retirement. And what do you think it is about like that experience? That is it because people were taking pictures of him getting ready to go on set in London and there was all that like sort of.
I'm not sure. I mean, I think get the impression that he really pours everything
it's harder
into the work
for him to get it.
He kind of goes into it, and then it's hard to get out of it, and that I don't know, seems to be interested in his family life, and
and he's inevitably nominated for an Oscar. So then it's the awards thing of it all, which they need to promote the movie. So it seems like a lot of work, and he's, he likes making shoes.
Maybe he's just he knows he's never going to top the Charlie Rose interview with Paul Thomas Anderson. He gives you this script and you say what?
Okay. Amazing. Arguably the performance of the 21st century, in my opinion. As great as Frank T.J. Mackey's performance is.
Yeah. Well, that was 1999, so.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good point. The two greatest male performances of the last 2 centuries have been selected in the Paul Thomas Anderson draft. We're doing great. We're doing so great. Maybe the third greatest performance would be Philip Seymour Hoffman as Lancaster Dodd in The Master.
Yeah.
I will take him, I guess, in supporting actor. I will say I put him in lead. Now, would you take
The Master, right?
But he was nominated in supporting at the Academy Awards. Now, I originally placed him in lead, and then after I heard you talk about Frank T.J. Mackey, I moved into supporting. So what's the move?
Well, I think that we can make our own decisions.
Okay.
They have not let us into the Academy yet.
Well,
and we also don't always agree with their category
Do you think you'll get into the Academy before you die?
No, I don't.
You think you will not? They will never add a podcaster's branch.
I really don't.
But once she starts making Odyssey R updates,
right, right,
as
a documentarian,
right.
Yeah, okay, you can get into the nonfiction branch.
Yes,
as Chris's personal cinematographer,
the most open-hearted and and pop branch of the Academy.
Definitely, you'll fit right in. Yeah. What do you think there will ever be a jam tasters branch? For all the jam session fans out there.
It was just business reporting, okay? And I followed through.
Okay. Maybe another branch you could get into. I think that there will be a podcaster's branch one day.
Okay. Well, that's depressing, honestly. I think that the Philip Seymour Hoffman and The Master is like a much more central, that's about 2 guys. It's a 2, obviously there are other people, but it's a 2-hander.
Yeah. There's a mermaid sandcastle.
Yeah.
She figures prominently in the film.
That's true.
Sure. But,
a couple coconuts.
Definitely. Yeah.
But Magnolia's Ensemble, and that has 2 leads, which is Joaquin
I feel like the
and
hooch
Philip
is really
Seymour
the star
Hoffman.
of The Master.
Okay. Well, that's fine. I have some questions later on about what's eligible as the definition of a character, but we'll get there.
Intriguing.
Interesting.
Okay.
Philip Seymour Hoffman, the late great.
I think you could take it in either one. I would say it's a 2. I would probably, if I was going back and watching, I don't know how much we see Philip Seymour Hoffman without Joaquin Phoenix's character being present.
A few times. I mean, there are the scenes with Amy Adams alone where they're talking about him. They have dinner at one point without him and talk about it.
Okay.
He famously is furiously masturbated.
Right, yeah.
She cranks it.
Freddie Quell's not in the room during that scene.
Right.
We don't think.
We don't think.
You can see most of the room because there's a mirror. It's a small bathroom, I guess I don't know if he's hiding behind the shower curtain.
There's definitely a reading of the movie that those 2 characters are the same person.
Yeah.
That they're the two strains of masculinity, right? Like the searching mind and the beast, right?
Jesus Christ. Would you like?
This is what I bring to the table.
No, I know.
I
and
just want to do the
This is my
rewatching.
thing.
Yeah. I can't believe Bill doesn't want to talk about Amy Adams, of all people, cranking Philip Seymour Hoffman. And then you could talk about The Man and the Beast.
We don't know that he doesn't.
Yeah.
He might want to. If you give him Drake May, maybe he'll give it to us. Can we bundle? Can we get a package of Sicario and The Master together? So definitely Lancaster Dodd, which is
Okay, but did you decide category?
I would like to have him in lead if
Then
that's
there you go.
achievable.
I think that is.
thank you for
I
your
accept that.
Thank you for your comfort. We've taken 3 men at the top of this draft. What do you make of that? What do you think it says about the work?
Right. Yeah.
Well, I'll start by taking a woman now.
Oh no.
And the leading actress. I'll be taking Vicky Krieps
Yeah.
as
I
Alma
wondered if I
Elson
should.
in
That's
Phantom
okay.
Thread,
Mhm.
which I don't know if it's the best female acting performance in one of his films, but I think it is his most wonderful female creation up until the new movie. And she is remarkable in this movie. To me, a total discovery. I'd never seen her before. The fact that she, a younger and less experienced actress, is toe-to-toe with Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread as Reynolds Woodcock is amazing. And the fact that she generates the power that she does in that movie. The movie really hinges on her. It does not hinge on him. And not just her performance, but the way that character is written and the way that the story is structured is beautiful. And she's really great. And she's like another person who he kind of like vaulted to a very cool career in Hollywood. So she will be my leading actress.
It's a good one.
So I picked second here. I got my second pick, rather.
How do you feel
And-
about that category, the leading actress category?
Well, I think this will be where probably there's some maybe disagreement, because I'll pick my leading actress right here.
Okay.
And I was going to take Julianne Moore as Linda Partridge.
I have her written
I
down.
have her in supporting.
I have her written down as leading
And
actress.
I have her. I mean, that's.
Don't call me supporting.
Yeah.
How about that? Don't call me lady.
So,
I'm coming
In
here.
the same way that Tom Cruise, I think, is sort of like one big pull. I think that her character, to me, at least in my last viewing of Magnolia, which
Mhm.
probably isn't honestly much after the rewatchables, I just remember her as being, I know that there are other characters, but like I just remember her being like this huge sort of fulcrum of the movie. So I had her in leading actress. I don't know if the jury will accept that.
I'm fine with it. I have her literally.
I
you can
had her in supporting, but I don't. That's fine.
I have
Okay.
her listed
Yeah.
as leading actress. I think she has the most prominent female role in that movie.
Right, but
Give
I
or
mean,
take Melora Walters, and we can talk
Yeah.
about that too. I think she has the sequence with the lawyer, the doctor,
Mm-hmm.
and the pharmacist.
right.
Those are 3 of the 10 most memorable sequences in the movie. Plus, she is part of the sing along.
Yeah.
So
I'll-
I accept.
That's fine. Yeah.
That's what I'll do then.
Okay,
So lead actress.
Yeah.
it's running thin now. Julianne Moore, is that even her best performance in a PTA movie?
It's up for debate.
Yeah.
Would you?
Well, it's kind of, that's such a bummer to take the other one, but you can.
Not
your turn, though.
necessarily. It's your turn. Yeah.
No. I just meant like, emotionally.
Okay.
Uh,
Are you my mom? Can you be my mom?
yeah, it's really it's dark. I rewatched all the child custody stuff too, and I was like, I mean, it's a great performance, but this is a bummer. Less of a bummer, but back to this is definitively supporting actress, but the women, they're thinner on the ground. So I will take Cyril Woodcock, aka Leslie Manville, in Phantom Thread.
That's a great
Yeah,
pick.
good one.
Who says very little and controls everything, and is this movie rules, is so funny and balances out both the Alma performance, the Vicky Krieps performance, and gives room for DDL to just
But like has
Yeah.
gravity against him, which
Yes.
is hard.
Well, that
Exactly.
famous moment
Yeah.
where she's like, "I'll go right through you.
Yeah.
Don't come for me."
Exactly.
That
There's
scene.
like a couple of different ways to go, like we've seen over the course of the 2 DDL movies that
Mhm.
Paul Thomas Anderson made, but you could either try to get as loud as him, or you can zero in.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
And it's interesting to watch her kind of, she does the latter, and she's like, I am just going to be still
Mhm.
and like command you.
That in that scene in particular, he doesn't cut away back to Reynolds.
Yeah,
he
it's
stays.
just her.
He stays on Cyril
Mhm.
the whole
Yeah.
time, and her she doesn't look at him. She's holding the teacup, and she's sipping the tea, and she's like very quietly like this, and she's speaking, but she's not even. She's like, we've done this before.
Right.
We've had this fight before, and you know not to fuck with me, because if you fuck with me, this whole thing falls apart. Great pick.
And then in Needle Drop, I will take Let Me Roll It from Licorice Pizza.
Great.
Which set my heart on fire the first time I saw it, and is still excellent.
Best part of the movie.
There we go.
Licorice Pizza. A lot of haters out there.
Are there
Yeah. Can't say I get it.
age gap deniers?
Meaning that they think
Sean
that
made
it
that
doesn't
joke to Jack
exist.
last week.
Where did I make it?
You already like tried to put Jack on the age gap.
Oh, right.
Licorice
Jack
Pizza spot.
thought there should be more age gap.
Yeah.
It should be a wider
older
gap.
guy.
That is correct. That's
Much
exactly
older
what
guy.
I said.
Yeah. It's really more like, it should be like 70 and 18.
Yeah, like Bob
17,
Uecker.
Yeah. I still think Licorice Pizza is great. It's a totally different kind of a movie from a lot of these movies, but it's so great.
What's interesting now, I rewatched it since seeing One Battle After Another.
Mhm.
And now that we have One Battle After Another, and it's big and it's major. I'm sorry, we're not going to spoil it, but it's just like this, it's an event.
Mhm.
I felt like a lot more warmth and enjoyment for Licorice Pizza, that it could just be what it is.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
It reminds me a lot of Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah.
Where when it came out, people were like, this? From the guy capable of that? But then when you remove it from that
Right.
anticipation and you accept it on its own terms, it's phenomenal.
It's like his Tenet.
Sure. Definitely. It's just like his Tenet. It's just as scrutable as his Tenet as well.
But it's like Tenet was like, oh wait, this was gonna save us all.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it didn't. But then when you
Right.
go back, you're like,
You're
ah,
like,
this
yeah.
is the best movie ever made.
Okay. You have one more pick.
No, I just did two. I did.
You have
let
no
me
more
roll it.
picks.
Yeah.
Chris
it's
has a
his
pick.
turn. Yeah.
I always do that. What happened? We have this beautiful board up here now
Right.
too, and I still can't do it correctly. I'm sorry.
Well, the color coding is ingenious, but also
My head hurts.
you have to
looking at it.
concentrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't see. I'm blind.
Okay. Are you wearing your contacts?
I am.
We got to talk about upgrading your contacts.
Imagine if I wasn't wearing my contacts right now. I wouldn't be able to make it out the door.
I know, but that's nothing compared to if I weren't wearing my contacts.
Yeah, yours is worse than
yeah.
mine. Yeah.
So,
In supporting actor, I'm going to take Josh Brolin as Bigfoot Bjornsson
yeah.
in Inherent Vice.
So, big time
When
CR
I
pick.
was rewatching this to try to pick up what I could, fast forwarding through, I was like, "This is elite, Brolin." I was like, "Should I do this?" And
yeah.
I don't know.
He's very, 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 very funny as a pretty racist cop in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's the best part of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
No Cielo Drive for Bigfoot is the funny. I think that's the funniest line in the whole movie, where his whole intention is to just be a super famous cop, and everything that he's doing is in an effort to get that.
Yeah.
But he's such a dickhead
Yes.
that of course no one's willing to give him anything. He's so funny.
Just a great haircut. I mean, Brolin really is really, really adept at fitting into these larger ensembles, and has probably at this point of his career, he's maybe a little bit bigger than this, but like, I feel like he would just be like, yeah, I'll be in the movie for 6 minutes. Or
What's his comp as a movie star? Like, I can't think of another person who is so comfortable doing that part, which is like the third supporting character in that movie, but also be the star of No Country, but also be the third supporting character in Weapons. Like,
Yeah.
he's such a.
Was he Thanos?
He was Thanos. Like,
Yeah.
I can't quite put my finger on it. It's a good thought exercise.
Did you guys read Zach's Glenn Powell
Yes. Not
interview,
yet,
which was
no.
very exciting? Well, it's a great piece about Glenn Powell, but Josh Brolin steals the show as a
Josh
secondary.
Brolin
Just
goes up to him.
incredible stuff.
I can't remember what were they making, or they were making something at the same time in the same town or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And Brolin goes up to Glenn Powell, and like when they like the first day they meet, he goes, "Are you a bro?"
No, he's like his litmus test for people is, are you a bro or not?
Yeah,
And
like,
is it
good to be
a
are
bro
you
or
a
bad?
dickhead, or
Yes.
are you a bro?
Yeah.
Are you gonna make it all about like the fame and the bullshit, or are you about the work?
But I
and
think,
the
but
experience?
then there are definitely some more quotes about weightlifting or like putting on or
Powell
training
does
or
that.
something.
Yeah.
No, but Brolin comes back.
Oh, yeah.
Brolin has a lot. It's really, really good. So shout out to both of them.
I would like to once again recommend the Josh Brolin episode of WTF,
It's the best.
in which they talk about Zen
Elite-
for the
like-
first 12 minutes.
Off-brand Dubai Zin.
Yeah. And the insane heart palpitations that are created by leaving them in overnight. It's some of the best content you'll ever find. He's very special.
Good pick.
Good pick, CR.
Thanks.
Okay, I've got lead actor and lead actress. I'm going to look around at supporting performances. I think I know where I'm going. I think I know where I'm going in both of them. In supporting male performance, I'll be selecting John C. Reilly as Reed Rothschild.
Oh.
Which is one of the funniest performances. Now, some would say maybe you should take Burt Reynolds. I would say no. I like Jack Horner.
Yeah.
I think he's great. I think what Burt Reynolds' fame represents is very powerful for that movie. To me, Reed Rothschild is the pick. John C. Reilly. I went to see this movie on Sunday night and Monday night. John C. Reilly was there both nights.
To go see.
I saw him Sunday night
One
as well.
battle after another, you mean?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
And that's fucking cool. That's like when you direct your 10th film, I'll show up to the premiere and to your interview
Tomorrow
with Steven Spielberg.
War 6.
Which is Steven Spielberg just doing the last time on.
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
but for the entire audience. It's very cute. Illustrious footsteps you're following in, Jack.
John C. Reilly, Reed and Dirk meeting for the first time at Jack's party is what it was like when Sierra and I met for the first time. When we talked about weightlifting and we talked about, I said people say I remind them of Han Solo, and I made him a margarita, and you said it was the best margarita you'd ever had, and we were friends forever. It's the same
so
relationship
to Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly meeting in Step Brothers, unintentionally or intentionally. Yeah. It's just the best.
Did we just become best friends? Yeah, literally. I feel great about that pick. I love Reed. Okay. Supporting actress. You know what? I think I'm gonna pivot. No. How many Boogie Nights characters is too many? Is a question.
Don't you do it?
Should there be variants?
Oh, you're gonna do it?
What am I gonna do?
Well, if you're doing supporting actress Boogie Nights.
Well, I've got two thoughts.
Okay.
Is it wrong to reveal the thoughts? They're both Boogie Nights thoughts.
You're going to be able to pick, so go ahead.
Well, I'll take Roller Girl.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
I can't believe I got myself into this jam, you know?
Delete.
I could have just done this earlier.
Yeah.
Nobody was going to take Bjornsson.
Well, there are literally 3 other characters in Boogie Nights that I want to be able to draft. Obviously won't be able to because I don't even have that many picks left. But the one scene star.
You could be in a committed relationship with. Should you be saving this for wildcard?
It was never going to get that far.
Oh, that's right. That's true.
It was never going to get that far.
But you could take it right now in
There
wildcard.
are many other complicated women that Paul Thomas Anderson has put on screen that I will happily
I'm just
consummate
saying,
my love with.
It doesn't have. You can take it now in wildcard.
No, but this weakens the supporting actress pool. Like it weakens pretty prominently. This is Heather Graham's best performance.
And you may want to run for president someday, so you don't want to pick Heather Graham's Roller Girl as the woman you'd wish you could be in a committed relationship.
No, I need to pick an
with.
adult woman like Laura Dern as Helen Sullivan in The Master. That'll be who I'm in a relationship with. It's like I drafted a 48-year-old woman who's responsible.
I govern from the center.
Well, I've told the story before. There was a Details magazine cover featuring Heather Graham in all in gold, wearing roller skates, nude on the cover. It was a trifold cover, I think. It might have been a bifold. I ripped that cover right off, put it on my wall when I was a teenage boy.
Yeah.
Heather Graham changed all of us.
Because you love photography.
I love acting. I love performance. I love the art of movie making. And Roller Girl, I think, kind of set the template for a certain kind of movie love. And her performance is really good because she does have this journey in the movie where she starts out as this like fairly innocent seeming young porn star and eventually becomes yet another victim of the awful nature of that world and that time, and kind of like strikes back and needs to defend herself, but then also gets caught in the throes of addiction. And it's just a really good use of Heather Graham's skills. And, we were talking about Sydney Sweeney earlier. Yeah. And they have I think they're going to have very similar trajectories.
Heather Graham? You think Sydney Sweeney is going to have Heather Graham's career?
I think that they're confronted by the same problems in terms of how they're cast. You have to fight to not get typecast if you want to be taken seriously as an actor if you are someone like Heather Graham or Sydney Sweeney.
Right.
And, like Heather Graham got her start in Drugstore Cowboy.
That's true.
You know, like she started out as a very serious actor,
That's true.
and but she's also incredibly beautiful. And so inevitably, at first, it's played for gags in Austin Powers 2.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, you're in The Hangover breastfeeding a child on screen. And then that's who everybody thinks you are in movies, you know? It's tough. It's hard out
Yeah,
here.
you get typecast. Yeah.
Happy to get Heather Graham.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Okay, Chris. I got Roller Girl and Reed Rothschild.
All right. So I got lead actor. I got lead actress in a controversial move. I have supporting actor.
Okay.
Freddie Quell is on the board for you for Wildcard.
What's that?
Freddie Quell,
Right.
from The Master.
But I would have to be in a committed relationship with him.
That's my point.
Right.
Well, he might not be able to commit to you, but you could commit to him.
I think that I will have a little bit of fun here and take from my one scene wonder Philip Seymour Hoffman as the mattress man in Punch Drunk Love.
I think that's
That's a
a
really good
number
one.
one overall pick. I think.
I've got a couple ideas, but it's
Okay.
it's pretty good.
I don't really even know what to say about this. Shut the fuck up. You know, like it's just really one of those, like, this movie leaves planet Earth when that happens, and you're just like, anything could happen for the rest of this film. I would believe it. He's in 2 scenes, I think, technically in this film, but the phone is the main one. And
Yes.
great phone acting. Really, really good phone acting. Like, I wonder, they must have done that conversation like for real.
I wonder. That's a good question. Yeah, it's amazing. There are some bonus materials on the Blu-ray that feature the Mattress Man commercial that I
Yeah.
think people should check out.
Yeah.
I think it's on YouTube as well. There is some cutting room floor stuff with Hoffman, but yeah, shut is the best. Okay, Dobbins, you got 2 picks.
Okay, I have 2. In lead actor, I'm going to take Reynolds Woodcock, which, you know, you guys, I mean, maybe you want to be in a committed relationship with him.
I mean, clothes would be nice.
I honestly, like,
Seems dangerous.
I could go back and forth on it.
Poison involved there.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have to be taking it in that.
No, but you
just
gotta
even
clean it all
dealing
up.
with it.
Yeah.
It's like
Right,
I
yeah.
accidentally licked my fingers one day.
This is the funniest and most memorable and like instantly quotable of all the characters and performances. So funny and useful in everyday life. You
Mhm.
know, I really do feel like if either I am just, you know, displaying Reynolds Woodcock-esque energy, or my partner is, or you are,
Mhm.
or, you know, my podcast partner, I guess.
When would I be exhibiting Reynolds Woodcock energy?
I rewatched the asparagus scene this morning, which is.
Do you have a gun?
Are you a special agent sent here to ruin my evening? I mean, it's really, really so good. But also the breakfast scene, the first one with the
order.
pre-Alma and the I
pre-Alma.
cannot begin my day with a confrontation,
yeah.
please.
Yeah.
It's really.
But I love the ordering breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the order
and then
is so
meeting
good.
and her noticing him and him noticing her back, and
Right.
that scene is magic.
And the scene when he's fitting her, that is, you know, essentially the sex scene, but so is the eating scene. Then the first breakfast when she's spreading the toast and the sound mix is just so it's like so loud. It's, I mean, this is my favorite PTA movie. I really love it. So I'm very happy to have that. And then I also have lead actress, but
Wait, I don't understand. You took Tom Cruise as Frank T.J. Mackey and lead actor, so you taking?
no, I took him in supporting.
Oh, you took him in supporting.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because to me, Magnolia
Got
is
it.
all supporting performances.
mistake.
And maybe I think we can all draft according to, you know.
Yes.
Personal preferences.
Yes. Yes.
So I do need a lead actress, but
Gonna pass on that because
Well,
you don't care
you-
for women.
you guys already have your lead actresses.
Yes,
So
yeah,
that's true.
I think that I'm probably okay.
I need a supporting, so this is going to get tight.
He needs a supporting, and I need a woman to spend the rest of my life with. This is the other thing.
Okay,
As
well,
does Chris.
It's fine. I still have a couple options because I see the work of women everywhere, you know, and I can honor them.
I see.
So it's fine. I have a robust list.
I just want to say, not on my board for
Much like
spending.
me with UNESCO sites. Do you want
He's honoring them.
Not on my board for spending the rest of my life
Yeah.
with is Gwyneth Paltrow's Clementine in
Right.
Hard
Yeah.
Eight.
No, same.
Not a contender.
So but let me, just for interest,
Mhm.
let me bring this to the board.
Okay.
In one scene, and this is a I guess like a parliamentary question, but also perhaps an existential question.
You always do this, and then you make us make a tough choice, and then it kind of sours the mood.
This is not. This is you might have to explore something about yourself that you don't want to.
Oh.
But yeah, this is about
intoxicating.
What a
Perfect for this draft.
So this is for one scene.
Yes.
Does Dirk Diggler's penis count as its own character? Discuss.
Well, you know, I can't.
I mean,
it's a great thought.
Yeah.
It's an amazing
you know what
thought.
I'm saying?
Yes.
And you two have experience with you know,
yes.
so you
Chris
can decide
also
whether
has a giant cock.
Yes.
Well, yeah, there is the prosthetic part of it, but also just like as a is that a separate entity? It is doing its own work in the film, in the context of the story.
Wait, sorry,
you know?
this was for supporting. What is this
No, this is for one scene.
One scene.
I love it. I love what you're
Supporting
doing.
actor, I actually
love what
would be
you're
pretty
doing.
into.
Exactly.
Like,
See, this is what I'm saying. Either one, but like it's a separate.
I fully approve,
You
and I
know?
think it's a great
Okay,
idea.
great.
it's
Then-
great to see you iterating.
Yeah.
And now that we're on draft 410.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
But so it can be its
I'm
own.
so glad it's not like, oh, well, they were actually in 4 scenes, but that's
Yes.
what I thought you were going to hit us with. And
No,
instead,
no,
you gave
no.
us a scene
It is
with one key
scene.
figure in one scene.
The movie is built around it
Mhm.
thematically and
Mhm.
structurally.
Yes.
Pun probably intended. And I think, but it's not Dirk Diggler. It is specifically his penis. So we're
Yes.
counting that
Yes.
Yeah.
as a separate character.
That dick
Yes.
is like Harry Lime in The Third Man, where for an hour,
Yeah.
all we hear about is like this guy,
Yes.
and we're waiting for him to show up, and
Mhm.
we're waiting for Dirk, because, you know, the Colonel gets to see
Sure.
Right.
what Dirk is working with.
Yes.
Jack gets to see what
Roller
Dirk is
Girl.
working with.
There we go.
Roller Girl gets to
But
see.
we do not until
but
the
we do
very
not
end.
Until the very
Okay,
end.
great. I'm so pleased.
Nice job.
Thanks very much.
Great pick.
So I have to do supporting actress here. This now
there's
kind of
some options.
reverses some earlier logic, but I'll do Amy Adams from The Master here.
Okay.
You can argue that she is the female lead, but I would
I
say
had
the
her in
lead.
supporting.
I had her in
actress.
lead.
It's like a kind of activism that's just not really helping us in the end.
A kind
you
of
know?
activism.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
for
just
like-
like trying to put all these women in lead, and it's fine. These movies are about men. These are mostly supporting parts.
Wow.
One
So you're
key
saying-
focuses
you're
on the
saying
women.
So would you say Alana Haim is not the lead actress?
No, I do think that she is.
Oh, okay.
Because it's about the two of them.
So my point of view on the female characters of Paul Thomas Anderson
Uh-huh.
to you
Yes.
is utter woke nonsense, is what you're saying.
I'm just like, I think you think you're helping, but you're not.
That's right.
You know?
Trust me, I'm
It's like
helping
a form
every
of
day.
patriarchy
Yeah.
that's keeping us
It's
down.
like donating to Klobuchar. You know, it's like just keep the money, man. Minnesota's not your problem.
I can assure you I was never ensnared in that trap. Okay, so
Okay.
you selected Amy Adams as Peggy Dodd
yes,
in The Master.
the crank master.
Yeah.
One
So
cranker
we've
recognizes.
moved on to we've moved on to the dick portion of the podcast. I
Two
can't believe it took
figures well
round
known to
5.
pull.
Yeah.
It's a great performance.
Yeah.
Who was it supposed to be? It wasn't supposed to be Amy Adams. It was supposed to be because it was supposed to be Jeremy Renner as Freddie Quell.
And Marion Cotillard.
No.
the master.
That's
Come on.
what we would like. You know, it's always like, I think I was supposed to be Marion Cotillard.
Yeah, that would have been a little bit confusing, I think.
I got you. Hold on.
It was Reese Witherspoon. That's
right.
what it was.
Oh,
And that
That's-
would have been better.
you think so?
I do.
So here's the thing.
And she shows up in Inherent Vice in part because they wanted to do
Right. No, I
something
know.
together.
I love Reese.
I know you do.
I love her films. I don't think she fits in Inherent Vice.
I love the part when it's revealed that she is also a
Yeah,
stoner
yeah,
and they're
yeah,
like
yeah.
hanging out
Sure,
and that's the
but
real
yeah.
her. I think the thing is she is Peggy Dodd to me in real life. Like this is what I think she's like.
Okay.
Where she's like a power driving.
See, I think she's Lancaster Dodd.
Yeah.
I think she's like,
Fair.
we are pushing into
Fair.
the AI future, and I will be. I'm getting on the lifeboat.
Are they?
know?
Is her organization
don't know.
really into AI?
She's pretty
Yeah.
fired up about AI.
Oh,
Yeah.
Reese. I mean,
Um,
that company's not making money, so they got to figure something
Yeah.
out.
The Ringer does a really cool college football podcast called
You're about to
Ringer,
say something.
Ringer
else that we do.
Tailgate.
Yeah.
And after the first North Carolina game, Van and Joel were talking about what's wrong with Bill Belichick, and Van was like, he doesn't have any pep because his pep is being drained on a nightly basis. And I immediately thought
Peggy Dodd. You saw Peggy Dodd's face.
draining Lancaster's pen.
That's a good meme for you to make.
Yeah.
It's the shot of Amy Adams looking in the mirror and superimposed as Bill Belichick's face over.
That wouldn't be weird. Yeah. What if that was my first tweet in 6 years? Just jump in. Hey guys, I don't know what you guys are talking
I gotta
about
say,
today.
you've missed a lot on Twitter in that time. A lot's been going on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good.
A lot of news.
Okay.
You guys been following the news. Okay, Sierra, that was a good pick. Peggy, you'll always be a lead to me. But then again, I don't hate women.
Or don't you?
So I have 2 picks.
So you have needle drop and relationship.
No,
No,
I
he
have
has
needle
3,
drop,
yeah.
one scene star, and relationship. I love that we just changed wild card to relationship. That was a very good idea.
Because wild card, you could just be like, I love this. Also, awesome performance.
Right. I mean, I think I had some fun ones, though,
Yeah.
that I will no longer pick to be in relationships, including all of the sisters from Punch Drunk Love.
Right.
And the phone sex operator from Punch Drunk
Yeah.
Love, you know? But I probably won't. It's not a good financial decision.
One scene star. There's a lot of ways to go here. And you guys have both taken your one scene stars. So I think it would be fun to talk through this category a little bit with you guys. Because I don't
Wait,
think
has he? Has
yeah, Chris
Sean?
took Philip Seymour Hoffman and as Mattress Man.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
And
Okay.
you took Dirk Diggler's
There's
penis.
Yeah.
Now, this is really hard. I'll go from the bottom up.
Okay.
Benny Safdie as Joel Walks, the
Yeah.
city councilman candidate
Yeah.
in Licorice
Silver
Pizza.
Lion winner, Benny Safdie.
Silver Lion winner, that's right. Henry Gibson as Thurston Howell in Magnolia as the guy who needles
Yeah.
William H. Macy at the bar. Hong Chow as Jade in Inherent Vice. Jenna Malone as Hope Harlingen in Inherent Vice. Michelle Sinclair, a.k.a. the porn star Belladonna, as Clancy Sharlock
AKA.
in Inherent Vice. Real
Mhm.
ones know. Martin Short as Dr. Rudy Blatnoy
Yes.
DDS
It's
in
really good.
Inherent Vice
Yeah.
is so fucking funny for 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Harriet Sansom Harris as Mary Grady, the agent in Licorice Pizza.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
When she's like, you are a fighter. That scene is fucking crack to me. Robert Ridgely as the Colonel in Boogie Nights.
Yeah. Powerful stuff.
Philip Baker Hall as Floyd Gondoli
Uh-huh.
in Boogie
Really,
Nights.
really, really good.
I'm a simple man.
Yeah. Butter, yeah. Butter and lollipops.
Feel free to say it.
Butter,
Butter
on
and
my popcorn.
lollipops.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know.
Bradley Cooper as John Peters in Licorice Pizza.
Streisand.
Yeah.
And I think I have to do this. Now I'm getting a little bit Boogie Nights heavy here, but I have to take Alfred Molina as Rahad Jackson.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
you got to acknowledge
This is
Yes.
this is the best single scene thing, arguably in his entire career. These other parts are really fun and funny,
Right.
and Floyd Gondoli means a lot to me. But Molina as the coked out
I get it.
maniac has to be where I go with that. So I'll take that there.
Okay.
Needle drop. I'll tell you one that hit me pretty hard.
Yeah.
This is maybe not the most conventional one that you could go with.
Okay.
My conventional pick would probably be from Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
And the song that I listen to the most that he's ever put is from Boogie Nights. But I'll take Journey Through the Past from Inherent Vice
You stole mine.
by Neil Young.
Them
Okay.
walking by the
They're using the Ouija board,
yeah.
and then they think that they have gotten a message about where to go to get something.
Isn't that
and
when
they
they
run
make out
outside
in the
through the
rain?
rain. Yes,
Yeah.
they run through the rain together and make out, which is
It's
beautiful.
magical. Yeah.
And
And age appropriate.
yes, and it is age appropriate. That's true.
And what film was that in, Sean?
Inherent Vice.
Inherent Vice. We get a lot of Inherent Vice. That
It's coming back.
yeah.
It's coming back in a big way. Inherent
Yeah,
Vice
not
is,
for me,
is I mean, it's a pinch-in season, for
Mhm.
for PTA. You could make the case that what is so great about One Battle After Another is what held Inherent Vice back a little bit, which is that using the material as a jumping off point as opposed
Yeah.
to the source text. Inherent Vice is like literally line for line stuff out of the book is in the movie. That's not the case for One
Right.
Battle After Another. But yeah, I love that one. There's another one I would love to talk through, but I know Crystal has to pick in this category, so I won't stomp all over everything. Okay, CR.
For Well, for needle drop, I'll just get this out of the way because I'll leave the relationship talk to the end. I'll do God Only Knows from
Yeah,
Boogie
Good one.
Nights.
Yeah.
Just because
That
of
was
the
on
way that it's employed is just like it's so bittersweet because like, you know, you think a bunch of those characters do have like nice-ish endings, but I always remember Roller Girl like staring out the window in class and being like,
Yeah.
oh, like, you know, like and it's the way that drops with Cheadle coming out to do the ad or whatever is
Yep.
just so great.
Yeah. It's how did they even get that song?
I don't even understand whether like it's hard to get songs anymore. I was watching like there's like Amazon shows that it's just like here's With or Without You, and I was like, isn't this expensive? Like,
I know everything that we were taught in the 90s
Right,
about
yeah,
the
it's
challenges of
gone,
securing
yeah.
songs is
Yeah.
over.
you
That's
have
a
to
great
write
one.
Robert Plant a letter to ask. You know?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I don't think so.
The one that I would have chosen from Boogie Nights is Do Your Thing, which is the song that is used, Charles Wright and the Watts 103rd Street Band, that is played during the sequence when Little Bill discovers that his wife is cheating on him again in the bedroom, and he goes out to his car and gets a gun at the New Year's Eve party on December 31st, 1979. And that scene, I would just encourage people to rewatch it if you want to see the masterclass in editing and pacing in a story, where the way that the music fits to what is happening in the sequence is unbelievable. And that song is so cool because it starts out like a regular old funk song, and then it turns into a really weird electric guitar solo, jazz freak out. And it ends, the final note of the song is the final note of the scene, is the gunshot. And it's not the most beloved song of all time, but it is such a perfect use of music in movies. He does this over and over
Would
again.
you say that Nina Hartley would be the person you would also want to be in a committed
Well,
relationship
we're not there
with?
yet, Chris. I have to wait because Amanda has 2 picks
I have 2
before I can
picks.
talk about all the porn stars who
Sure.
appeared in all these films whom I love.
So I have in lead actress, I'm going to take Emily Watson as Lena Leonard in Punch
Mhm.
Drunk Love, which is a favorite of mine PTA wise, and also like she has to be believable as someone who would actually be interested in the Sandler character, you know,
Mhm.
despite everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But when they're sitting across from each other and he's explaining the pudding's like frequent flyer miles scheme, and she's not like what a weirdo. She is
Mhm.
like warm and interested and intrigued, and like it's just it's very lovely. And I think it's very hard to be that present when you're just kind of like the girl and the object of this person. And she's not quite the girl, so
Mhm.
she has more to do. So that's a good performance. And then who do I want to be in a relationship with? Okay.
You've got an amazing
I know I have an
murderer's
amazing.
row of
No,
guys
it's
left.
incredible. It's I do well. I could also, you know, I'm deleting Peggy Dodd here from this list
Okay.
because that's been drafted.
Oh, you're
So-
toying with spending the rest of your life with a woman.
Oh, I listen. You got to keep all your options open.
Mhm.
It's a spectrum.
You know,
It is. It absolutely is.
I do. I think that all the
Little Bill
sisters in
dies,
Punch
just for the record.
Yeah.
I don't think he's...
Drunk Love long time would be like a little alarming for me, but they're really good.
Yeah. Marilyn Raskob, you know, she's
No, she's great.
She's a goat.
She means well. Okay, so there's the practical choice here,
Mm-hmm.
which is just like
Well, I guess just a point of order question.
Of course. I'm
Is
sorry.
Dirk Diggler off the board right now?
No, well, so
for
that's
you
the
or for
thing.
Amanda?
No,
But
right.
just in general.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what I was asking because I drafted his
penis.
Right. So
because
if I were to draft him, would he be cockless? Like, is that what and you retain rights to his
I
member?
think so.
And then
Yeah.
he is
Yeah, which
a
is-
eunuch with me.
I guess so. Yeah, which is in
Interesting.
some ways, you know,
she could
some
give
of
you
the tension
visitation
of
rights.
the,
You never
yeah.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
I'm
want
ready
to
to shoot, Jack.
you want to spend the rest of your life with him in a committed relationship?
I really do not.
You guys probably have similar taste in action movies, though.
Me and Dirk.
Yeah.
He's kind of a Skydance guy.
So, like the practical answer here, just you know, on paper, this is a person who you can probably, I don't know, who's good-hearted, unless I'm forgetting a part of the movie where he does something fucked up. But I don't think so. Anyway, Phil Parma, aka Philip Seymour Hoffman,
Yeah, he just buys
in
Playboys.
Magnolia.
That's
Nothing
nice.
wrong with
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Another guy who wants to crank it.
But
But
like,
sure.
but you know, but you want that in a committed relationship,
Absolutely,
right?
yeah.
And then but this, you know, this is the scene in the movie. You want someone. Now, here's the thing: would that niceness become a little boring?
Well, it's also like
Aha.
when you're like, honey, how was your day?
right?
Not a lot of laughs.
Yeah. Which then leads us to Bradley Cooper as John Peters, which
Oh my God.
like, well, I didn't say that's who I'm picking. I said I'm going through the options here. Like there is
this is
a
good.
lot going on, but
Yeah.
like good
Let's
enough
keep
for
talking.
Barbra
Come on.
Streisand.
What about Eli Sunday? Come
Good
on.
enough for me.
Why not Paul and Eli Sunday together?
Yeah.
Listen, it's a nice house.
Yep.
John Peters' house?
Well, I might be Barbra Streisand's.
Yeah.
I don't, so that's tricky. But you would never get bored.
Mhm.
But then I think that honestly, on my list here, I'm not going to get into the age debate. So it's a small character.
Are you picking Cooper Hoffman?
No, I said I'm not getting into the age debate.
He's of age now.
Now?
Yeah, but in the movie,
Oh, in the film, yeah,
like we
yeah.
can't revisiting it.
Wait, what was the fucking movie that I saw that had a direct lift? Oh, Freakier Friday had a direct lift of Licorice Pizza.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. It's like she's.
It's a purposeful homage.
Yeah.
Did you see
Oh,
Freakier
no, I
Friday?
didn't. But isn't it she's like old dating a young guy?
No.
Like her soul is
no,
old?
that is in the movie, but there is a visual. I think they shot at the same school. And there's a scene where they're walking, there's like that walkway with the overhang
Yeah.
in Licorice Pizza
Yes.
that is recreated perfectly in Freakier Friday. And I was like, are the filmmakers nodding to the 2022 masterpiece Licorice Pizza? Maybe
Why
they
not?
are. Maybe they
Because,
are.
young women have wide tastes and probably also enjoy Freaker Friday and Licorice Pizza. There you go.
Great. Okay. What an incredible pod for women.
Yeah,
That's
what we're doing here.
Against
Okay.
all odds.
They've got Dirk Diggler's cock. They've got all
Anyway,
these great performances.
You guys remember?
Wait, so you're not picking Phil Parma?
I'm doing Lance Brannigan, who is Skylar Gazzano.
Skylar
in
Gazzano's
Licorice Pizza.
character?
Yeah.
Yes. I wasn't sure where to put him. It's like, is he a one scene star? Is he a supporting actor?
But, he's definitely got charisma. I really relate to the dinner scene. We're just absolutely putting your foot in your mouth around the dad and all the other people. We've all been
him
there.
throwing it at Alana Haim on the plane is elite.
It's
That scene is
so
amazing.
funny stuff. So that's
And that's
like
Jimmy
that would be
Olsen
funny.
now too.
Yeah.
He's
I don't-
thriving.
Right. What's he do at the newspaper?
He's a photographer.
He puts things right into the CMS.
But he also has
And then-
relationships that help draw out necessary investigative
Right.
information.
We saw that.
He was a critical part of that. So did you see the film Superman?
Yeah. We talked about this,
pretty
didn't
good? No, I think on the watch you talked about it.
we? Oh, yeah. I thought it was good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
It is
Did
good.
you guys see what the new Superman is about?
Yeah,
Sean
it's-
told me 2 minutes ago before we started the podcast.
Yeah.
it was actually Chris who told you. So
Yeah.
that tells you
I
a
was
lot
just-
about how you see men.
For the purposes of the pod.
Which
I
is-
was
we're not
pretending
Well,
all
like
they're
the
that.
same.
all teaming up, to fight another evil.
Yes,
so
Lex and Soups.
one and the other, I don't know.
Do you think that film will then be accused of valorizing billionaires?
It's possible, but who knows? Depends on who actually winds up releasing it.
That's a very good point. Okay, Chris Ryan, Amanda, you're done.
I'm done.
You are wedded
You're
to
married
Lance Brannigan.
Lance Brannigan. Well, you don't have to be married. You don't have to put a ring on
Right.
it. You can just date the person.
Yep.
Along the same lines as Amanda, she was saying how with this, you could say like, wouldn't it be cool to date Shasta? But I think it would probably get pretty one note after
Yeah.
a while.
Completely disagree,
Well,
but continue.
we know.
I like to keep things lively, and that's why I'm going to be in a committed relationship with Claudia Gator.
How would your ears handle the volume at which she likes to hear music?
I don't know. If I was doing a blow, I'd probably be like, sounds great.
You and Claudia Gator would get into some trouble, I think.
Yeah.
I think you guys would get into some trouble.
Yeah.
Do you think that by the end of the movie she's okay?
Yeah, I think she's on her way to being a little bit better off.
You think she and
But I
Jim
think she
Curring make
gets-
it?
bored of him?
You do?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like, who are you afraid about being bored of?
She was
Phil
afraid-
Parma.
Phil Parma.
Phil Parma.
So maybe
Yeah. Magnolia, everyone's in their feelings too much to be with them long term,
My true answer
would you,
have
if you
been-
could, would you be with TJ Maxey?
My true answer would have been Reese from Inherent, but you took her.
I didn't take her.
Somebody took her, right?
No,
No.
we just talked about her.
No, Deputy
Oh, we just
District
talked about
Attorney
her.
Penny
Yeah.
Kimball.
Then I'm with her.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm with her.
So it's like an attorney in the streets and a freak in the sheets.
She just seems like a great hang.
Yeah.
All right, so do you have one more?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm obviously taking
shots.
Shasta Faye
Yeah, we
Hepworth.
know. Yeah.
Who would- I would let Catherine Waterston destroy my life. The whole movie is about
Not being able to get over
you
like,
can't
that
Yeah,
vision.
get over
yeah.
what the hex that someone put on you. You know, when someone comes along who has that incredible power that she has in that movie, and the whole first scene and then the whatever second to last scene is like, you can't shake it. And yeah, for me, definitely. I mean, what are my other options? I'm definitely not choosing Claudia Gator. That sounds
And not Nina Hartley.
well. I love Becky Barnett.
Yeah.
Nicole Ari Parker from Boogie
Sure.
Nights. Chocolate Love.
Most recently on In Just Like That as a
Yes.
documentary filmmaker.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So I was talking with Eileen a couple weeks ago about And Just Like That, which apparently the last season was like a war crime, and
I still haven't finished it. Did you finish it?
No, I did not.
Yeah. Did Eileen?
she did finish it.
Wow.
Yeah. She loves it and loves to hate it and is obsessed with.
Yeah.
You know, that's like that show is a religion to her. The original Sex and the City. But she kept talking about, you know, like the new characters that they added and then how they kind of like pulled back on some of them in these future seasons because of the backlash and what was missing and what wasn't there. And she was explaining the Nicole Ari Parker character to me. And I was like, oh, who plays that character? And she looked it up and she's like, oh, it's Nicole Ari Parker. And I was like, oh, Becky Barnett. And she was like, who's Becky Barnett? And I was like, Becky Barnett from Boogie Nights. And she was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I was like, the black porn star who dates, you know, Buck Swope, like Becky Barnett. And she was like, that doesn't register with me. And I realized.
Has she not seen Boogie Nights?
No, she's definitely seen Boogie Nights.
Yeah.
But just that in my mind, I'm like, Becky Barnett, one of the signature characters of the
Sure,
1990s.
yeah.
You know, like, this is one of the key women we've seen on film. And
Clarice Starling.
yeah.
Becky Barnett. Yeah.
Yeah. And she just didn't hold a lot of interest for Eileen. She said she was fine on the show though. Nicole Ari Parker.
She was fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Bad show. Don't know how it ends. Carrie was writing a historical fiction.
Yep. And
Historical fiction.
Yes.
Yeah, about the ghost or the woman who used to live in her Gramercy Park.
Was she
home.
writing it in the fashion of her column from the
like
original
I couldn't
show?
help
Like,
but wonder
No.
when the suffragette movement would come along.
Unfortunately, no. She
would've
kept
been
being
great.
like, the woman did this. Like the character doesn't have a name.
she should have done it like an epistolary, like diary novel
Mm-hmm.
in her Carrie voice, but set in the 1800s.
Well,
That's a good idea.
Maybe that happens in episode 8.
Maybe Carrie could like somehow time travel back to the Gilded Age and show up there.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
That's some HBO IP crossover.
Yeah.
So we have a great number of also rants,
Yeah.
honorable
Sure.
mentions.
Yeah.
So we mentioned quite a few of them. Not taken here. Dirk Diggler, not taken.
Yeah.
Freddie Quell,
Yeah.
not taken. No Joaquin, selected here.
I know.
No Larry Doc Sportello.
Felt sad about that, but
What do you think about One Battle After Another if it's Joaquin instead of Leo? I'm not saying that it was going to be. I'm just curious because he was on a Joaquin kick.
Yeah. I mean, I think it still works, but there is something very special about and softer about what Leo's doing that is perfect.
I agree with you. Gary Valentine still on the board. Cooper
Yeah.
Hoffman because he was too young for Amanda. Sydney Brown, Philip Baker Hall's character from Hard 8.
Yes.
Right.
Philip Seymour Hoffman's asshole craps player from
I
Hard
don't
8
wait
as
for
a one
old
scene.
people. I don't wait for old people.
Sister Sledge.
That was on my list.
You know, I forgot to put him down on the one scene star, but
Yeah.
he would have been great.
Yeah.
God, Philip Seymour Hoffman. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Sandler is Barry Egan.
Sure. He's on my leading men list for sure.
This is the movie, right, that resets the trajectory of his career.
Punch Drunk Love.
Yeah. Like, this is the movie where we were like, oh, yes, he can do
Right,
this.
yeah.
And now is becoming increasingly more known for doing parts like this than the comedies.
I think it almost feels more like he's doing the slop to pay to do Jay Kelly or whatever.
Happy Gilmore too.
I didn't see it.
All the golfers are in it.
I know. I saw some of
And I
like.
could ID them.
I mean, that's just
There you go.
you're a wife guy.
Yeah.
Amber Waves was not selected.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, I looked at. She's very, very good. It's
Just too depressing for
pretty
you.
bummer town until the God only knows montage, sort of.
Alana Haim as Alana Kane.
Pretty good.
I had her in my list.
Yeah, I had her on my list. Would you consider Kevin J. O'Connor's performance in There Will Be Blood a one-scene wonder?
I guess I think of it as supporting, but it's really only about 3 scenes.
Yeah.
It's when he
It's the
comes to the
swimming,
house,
it's the
the
fire,
swimming,
and the house,
then the
yeah.
fire. Yeah. Oh, you see that? Look at that. Just
Yeah.
like right off the dome. We just know
beautiful.
exactly what Kevin J. O'Connor does. And that's why that day I made that margarita for him. We've been best friends ever since. Little Bill,
Yeah.
Scotty J, Buck Swope.
I mean, you could have just done
The
a
whole
Boogie Nights cast
yeah.
draft.
Yeah, we could have. One performance that I really loved upon revisiting it this week was Owen Wilson as Coy Harlingen. There's the scene where they're whispering to each other and he's kind of explaining the entire plot and the world of the movie and the Golden Fang and all that. It is magical. And that's what I was saying when Weedhead Amanda comes around, whenever that is, in your 50s and your 60s.
I don't know.
Just try it again.
They've got to like get Weed back down to like at least the 1990s.
I just like,
zone.
I don't relax like that, you know?
How do you relax?
Well, but that's just not my vibe. I'm either having fun or I'm asleep.
There's no third way.
Got it. Spoken like a true crackhead. Either having fun or I'm asleep.
I'm just saying that's not my wavelength. It's important to know
yeah.
these things about yourselves.
It's Knox just pressed pause on his phone 20 years from now in therapy. This is what my mom said in public. Okay. What else? Todd Parker? Thomas Jane?
Yeah.
Who else?
No one said Paul Dano at any point. We just haven't said his name.
We talked about Paul and Eli Sunday.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Guzman from Boogie Nights.
Yes. TT. Needle drops?
I had Vitamin C from Inherent Vice. I had Jesse's Girl from Boogie Nights.
Yep.
There are some sweet tunes in The Master.
Get Thee Behind Me, Satan.
Yeah.
It's an important
Some
one.
jams that I like to throw on.
Yep.
When I'm driving.
Boogie Shoes by Casey and the Sunshine Band and Boogie Nights is a big one. I think He Needs Me in Punch Drunk Love. One of the most famous ones. Wise Up by Amy Mann.
Oh,
Sing along in
yeah.
Magnolia. Life on Mars in Licorice Pizza. What else?
Do you think that the categories worked for this?
Well, it's not up to us to decide. It's up to the listeners to tell us if we've done a good job or not. Jack, do you think this worked?
100%.
Thank you for your support.
Yeah. And your brevity, Jack. You really...
I was going crazy across 3 Google Docs and Google Sheets.
Okay. Yeah.
I honestly, I might have to listen to this episode. I blacked out like half of it.
I feel good about it. So you're excited for one battle after another?
I am. It's a shame that this draft wasn't as contentious as usual, but I think we had some interesting.
We had some fun.
Yeah.
Who do you think won?
I think we all did because we get to live in a time where this man makes movies, and gives us
that's really beautiful.
belladonna on screen.
You know Amanda is going to crush the Instagram results with Dirk Diggler's penis.
Yeah,
Well,
I think you
Thank you.
you did,
I was thinking outside the box, but it was honestly
It's like you put a dick in a box.
right. The
literally,
first,
by
as soon
selecting
as
it.
I saw the category, it was instant. I was
So
like,
you
that's
had.
really important.
Should we recap?
Oh yeah,
Let's recap. Did you put it in the doc, Jack?
It's up there.
you did, but it's
in both.
yeah. But if you want to do it
Let's
in
do
this
it in order. Yeah, let's do it in order.
You want to?
You go first.
Oh, that's right. In lead actor, I have Daniel Day-Lewis as Reynolds Woodcock. In lead actress, I have Emily Watson as Lena Leonard. In supporting actor, I have Tom Cruise as Frank T.J. Mackey. Supporting actress, I have Leslie Manville as Cyril Woodcock. In one scene star, I have Dirk Diggler's penis. In Needle Drop, I have Let Me Roll It from Licorice Pizza. And in Wild Card, which is actually a committed relationship, I have Skylar Gazando as Lance Brannigan.
Chris, you're up.
I have in lead actor Daniel Day-Lewis as Daniel Plainview. In lead actress, Julianne Moore as Linda Partridge from Magnolia. In supporting actor, Josh Brolin as Bigfoot Bjornson from Inherent Vice. Supporting actress, I have Amy Adams, one crank after another, as Peggy Dodd from The Master. One scene star, Philip Seymour Hoffman as Dean Trumbull, a.k.a. the Mattress Man from Punch Drunk Love. Needle Drop, I got God Only Knows by the Beach Boys from Boogie Nights. And I will go back and I will say, I was right the first time. Committed relationship with Claudia Gator, CR.
Oh, you're changing it?
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Good
right.
for you.
Yeah.
That's truer to your essence for sure. Okay. In lead actor, I got Philip Seymour Hoffman as Lancaster Dodd in The Master. In lead actress, I got Vicky Krieps as Alma Elson in Phantom Thread. In supporting actor, I got John C. Reilly as Reed Rothschild in Boogie Nights. In supporting actress, I got Heather Graham as Brandy, aka Roller Girl in Boogie Nights. In One Scene Star, I got Alfred Molina as Rahad Jackson in Boogie Nights. In Needle Drop, I got Neil Young's Journey Through the Past from Inherent Vice. And in Committed Relationship, I got Shasta Faye Hepworth as portrayed by Catherine Waterston in Inherent Vice. Good draft.
Fantastic
Good
draft.
stuff.
It worked.
He makes good movies.
Yeah. Just nice to go back and
Yeah, it's
just
fun.
pop them on.
It's really nice.
Just hang out, let them roll.
Is this dropping tomorrow?
We're going to put this out in about 7 years, I think. So feeling good about that decision. Thank you to...
I just want to say thank you to David Ellison.
Yeah, your Lord and Savior.
Yeah.
Your owner.
You check the tapes.
Yeah.
Love Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah, you love the Tomorrow War and all of his other works. Jack Reacher, Never Go Back.
Yeah.
Thanks to Jack Sanders for his work on this episode. Next week, we will dig into the Toronto International Film Festival with Adam Naiman, and we will talk about weapons with Chris Ryan and Amanda Dobbins.
Everyone at this table has seen Weapons.
We've all seen Weapons. Okay. See you then.